This is how you deal with angry customers and still make the sale. You'll find yourself in several situations in your life where you're dealing with an angry person, whether it's professional or whether it's personal or social or even sexual, where you're dealing with an angry person and you want to get them on your side. How do you do it? Remember that the most fundamental, most basic, and the most important skill you will ever develop in your life is your skill of dealing with people, because everything you do in your life, every single thing, you will be dealing with people. Your people skills is the most important skill you will ever develop. So I want to provide you the situation that this question was asked in that the situation is that she has to contact customers because the company increased their price, their membership price. So she has to contact people who are already in contracts, call them and let them know the awful news that the prices of the membership have increased and you want to keep them in the contract. How do you do that? That's a really challenging act. I'm going to show you how to do that. And the difference, I want to manage your expectations that because the company has increased their price, you're always going to have people, always, there's no minimizing this, but there are also going to be people that are going to be mad about it, angry about it because they signed up for something and you just raised their price. Kind of like how Netflix just raised my price from, I think, $15 to $17 to $18 a month. But it's within the contract that they will be increasing their price. But how do you get them on board? How do you sell them again? So I want to manage your expectation that about 30% of the people whom you're going to contact are still going to be angry that you raised their price. But that's the difference between you having people skills and social abilities. It's the difference between 60% of them canceling their membership or getting angry and belligerent with you versus just 20 to 30% of them. That's a tremendous difference. So how do you do that? I want to go over some skills that we teach in the greatrelationshipsyou.com and the social skills, social dynamic skills, and communication skills modules in the greatrelationshipsyou.com. If you want to go dive deep into this human psychology, relationship management, and personal psychology, visit that website. What are some things you can do and what are some techniques that you can apply? So let's go over first principles. Let's go over first fundamentals of your psychology and the psychology of dealing with people. Number one is you must manage your expectations, because managing your expectations will set up the rest of this thing. And the expectation begins with you manage what you expect of yourself. And you remember, what are the 3 expectation management areas? You got them? The important one is you must manage what you expect of other people. And here's what the expectation you must manage. People will tell you that the customers are going to be angry. Your manager is going to tell you, hey, your customers are going to be angry because we're raising the price. That's the only logical conclusion, right? People get angry. Now, if you manage expectations correctly, appropriately, like I like to teach, you will think that not all customers are going to be angry. If not all customers are going to be angry, they're going to say, oh, okay, no problem. If not all customers are going to be angry, then what is the percentage of people that will get angry so I can manage my expectations appropriately? Maybe the people that are going to get angry are about 10%. 90% of the people are going to be, okay, I understand. It's COVID season, or the government is raising prices, or inflation happens, and it's completely okay to raise prices. What if 90% of the people accept that and appreciate that and expect that? But your manager says, most of the people you're going to call are going to be angry. That's inappropriate expectation management. And so you manage your expectation appropriately. And this will come into the next area. The next area of the principles and fundamentals you have to know is frame control. You set the frame. You're going to be calling the people. You're going to set the tonality. You're going to set the frame. The frame is, how are they going to perceive this interaction? How will they perceive this interaction? And who has control over that? You do. You have control over the frame of the interaction. So it's all about how you frame things. What frame do you put around this painting so that either they see it as something valuable or they see it as something cheap, like a cheap painting from Walmart? This is a metaphor. What you're actually framing is the communication that you're going to give them, and you're going to frame it around a nice frame so that they can accept it, and you can become part of the 90% of the people that are saying, oh, this is a terrific communication. I love your company. I know you raise your prices, but I still love what you provide. Thank you for calling me. How would you like to have the skills to be able to do that? Frame control. Number 3, if you want to know more about that, go to greatrelationshipsu.com. Number 3 principle is tonality. You have to really master your tonality, because tonality is part of your frame control. Your tonality, especially when you're communicating via calling them, the tonality is the only way they can see how you actually are as a person. Do you believe in what you believe in? Do you believe the company is manipulating their customers, or is your company actually providing value? It all comes down to your belief, and your belief will communicate itself, will exude itself in your tonality. So master your tonality. We go dive deep into your tonality in the greatrelationshipsu.com. There are 3 types of tonalities. There's command tonality, which gets people to do things and accept things as truth. There is flat tonality, which is a statement tonality, which provides them information. And there's question tonality, which is an upwards tonality, which a lot of people talk, and it creates confusion and question and transderivational search. You want to use them appropriately. And I'll give you some examples of that furthermore. So let's go over. And the other thing you do is you want to iterate to them. You want to iterate to them value. You want to know what's in it for them. You want to tune into their favorite radio station, which is WIIFM. What's in it for me? I understand you raise your prices, but what's in it for me? What do I get in return? You want to provide them value. You want to resell them. What you're actually doing is you're making a presentation. You're making a sales presentation to them. Even though what you're actually doing, what you're technically doing is you're informing them about the raised prices. What you're actually doing is you're reselling them on the idea of having a contract with us. It's a tremendous value in your life. And it's a tremendous value in your life because this and this and this and this. That is called a sales presentation. You're always making a sales presentation. Even if you're saying, if I'm just communicating to you some facts, some ideas, I'm selling. And towards the end, I'm going to close. Here's some techniques. Number 1, you got to add value. Not only do you have to add value, in this situation, you want to iterate value. Iterate value is to make sure you add in to your sales presentation, to your call. Make sure you add in, hey, this is what you get. This is the benefit for you. You get this for the membership price instead of the regular price, which is way, way, way more expensive than the membership price. That's also called price conditioning. Price conditioning is get them to see the price as high and then tell them, hey, this is actually what you're getting it for as a member. It's like, whoa, that's a huge difference. I'd rather be a member than not a member. Do you understand that most people, for example, are gonna get massages once a month at least, or at the very least they want to get massages, and if they would pay $65 instead of $130. That's actually what I charge. I charge $150 an hour. They would get for $65 something that's worth $130 an hour. I'm in on that every single time. It's easy. I'm sold. I'm done. Where do I sign? Number 2 is master your voicemail, leaving a voicemail message, because the percentage of who you're calling, you're going to have to leave a message. You have to master your tonality, leave a bright message, a happy message, and a positive note, and frame everything in a positive sense. It's a benefit for them. Number 3, remind them of the value. Number 4 is empathy. When you're communicating with them and they have objections, you want to empathize with them. You want to repeat the last words of what they said. They're sharing their objection. Repeat the last words of what they're saying so they feel understood. When they feel understood, it's all they need. They will accept you more, 100% more, if you can show that you empathize and understand them.